when the Russian actress and dancer Natalia Dovzhenko made Salome in 1908. She wore a necklace made of magnificent pearls given to her by the Tsar. Last week, at an auction in Paris, I paid 300,000 francs for that same pearl necklace. My wife is going to show it to you now.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, our new play premieres here at your beautiful theatre next week prior to a 6-month tour of America.
Yes, Margaret is taking the leading part, and she will be wearing the Tsar's pearls at each and every performance.
Mr. Opelson, don't the pearls get stolen in the course of the play?
Yes, they do. But that's in the play. You'll be under guard 24 hours a day. I think I can promise you that they're not going anywhere.
And again, please. Thank you.
Well, doctor, tell me, what is your diagnosis?
Well, essentially, you're run down. Even those famous grey cells of yours need an occasional rest.
It is true, Mr. Poirot. You've been taking on much too much recently.
2 weeks complete rest. That's the answer. If I were you, I'd think of getting out of London.
This hotel, Hastings, it has, I hope, the full central heating?
Well, Miss Lemon said it had all the comforts. Now, where's a cab?
Well, I must say, it's good to be out of London. Less traffic for a start.
Less taxis also, it would appear.
Yes.
I know you.
It is possible, yes.
Your face been in the paper.
Yes, that is true, on many occasions.
You're Lucky Len, and I claim my 10 guineas. I've got my paper. I said the right word, so where's my money?
Please, do you mind? Grand Metropolitan Hotel driver.
Righto, Gov.
It's a sort of game, Poirot. The newspaper prints a photograph of this character, Lucky Lem, and whoever finds him gets 10 guineas.
This holiday, Hastings, already I begin to have the second thoughts.
Your key, Mr. Worthy.
Room 113.
Yes, sir. It's as you requested, on the first floor.
Good. Thank you.
I'll have your bag sent up, sir.
It is most curious that, Hastings, did you not remark?
What's that?
The gentleman that just booked in ahead of us.
Honestly, Poirot, you are incorrigible.
Mr. Poirot, isn't it?
Yes?
What a great privilege to have you here at the Grand Metropolitan.
Thank you.
Boy, you've got a nice sea view here, huh? Bathroom through there. 2 bedrooms. You going to the races?
Oh, we might.
No, I think not.
Laughing Boy in the 4 o'clock. That's my tip. How about the theatre? There's a new show opening this week. I can get you tickets.
Yeah, Hastings.
Well, I reckon you'd enjoy it, sir. You being a detective and that. They've got a necklace worth a bundle on stage.
Yes, I read about that.
Yeah, Mr. Opelson, the producer, he's staying here too. Him and his wife. Oh, thank you, sir.
Un moment, s'il vous plaît. This Monsieur Upperson, would you happen to know which is his room?
Poirot.
Yeah, of course I do, sir. The Imperial Suite, number 114, just here, sir.
Merci.
Ah, here we are. Laughing Boy and 4 o'clock. 7 to 1. Perhaps I will have a flight.
Mr. Poirot.
I hope you'll forgive me, Mr. Poirot, but when I heard that the famous detective was staying at the hotel, I just had to meet him.
Mr. Poirot, this is Mr. Opelson, the producer.
Ah, yes, of course. Monsieur Opelson, my associate Captain Hastings and myself have already heard much about your production. Will you join us?
Thank you. Yes. Pearls Before Swine. It opens tonight. I'd be honored if you'd come as my guests. And to the party afterwards.
Oh, that's jolly decent of you.
And it is tonight, I think, that your famous necklace makes also its debut.
Yes, the maid's just taking it to the theatre now. Celestine, show Mr. Poirot the pearls. Get them out of the box.
I can't, sir. I don't have the key.
Why not, damn it? Where'd you put it?
Mrs. Opelson keeps it, sir. She insists.
Oh. Security?
You carry the necklace on your own?
No, sir.
No, Saunders, my driver, always goes with her. As a matter of fact, he's late.
Then perhaps you will permit Captain Hastings and myself to accompany la mademoiselle.
Well, that's very kind.
Not at all. It is our pleasure, is it not, Hastings?
Oh, rather.
Margaret? Now listen, dear, you'll never guess who I've just met. Yep. It's Poirot. Hercule Poirot. He's on his way over now. I know. That's right. We're going to have to do something.
Mademoiselle, your name of Celestine, it is French, n'est-ce pas?
My mother was French, sir, but I've always lived here. I was hoping to be in the theatre myself one day.
Ah. And you have been working with Monsieur Robertson for how long?
About 2 years. He's not normally so edgy, sir. It's just when there's a first night.
Have you seen Pearls Before Swine?
Only in rehearsal, but it's beautifully written. I'm sure Mr. Opelson has nothing to worry about.
Stop! You are Lucky Len of the Daily Echo, and I claim my 10 guineas.
No, madame, I am not Len, and therefore for you, I am not lucky. Excuse me.
Here we are. We can go in the back way.
All right, where is it?
Let me go!
Money.
Stop it!
When?
Tomorrow.
You said that yesterday. Tomorrow.
I promise you.
Andrew!
Tomorrow, then, or else.
Give me the bag, mademoiselle.
Are you all right?
They haven't hurt me. My God. You're Hercule Poirot, aren't you?
Oui. It would appear that you are in need of assistance, monsieur.
Me? No, those are just what you might call business associates. It's nothing I can't handle.
This is Andrew Hall, the writer I was telling you about.
Ah, Monsieur Hall.
So it's your play?
It's Ed Opelson's play. He bought it, cut it, rewrote it, and left me with about 2% of it. Hence my current difficulties.
Are you sure you're all right?
Yes.
I have to go in.
I'll come with you.
Thank you, Mr. Poirot.
Mademoiselle. You know, Hastings, I begin, I think, to look forward to this play.
Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
I'll go.
Thank you, Hastings.
Mr. Poirot?
I am Poirot.
My name is Saunders, sir. Mr. Opalson's chauffeur.
Yes?
Mr. Opalson has sent me to take you to the theatre, sir. With his compliments.
Thank you.
Here he comes. That's him. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, have you been challenged to solve the play, sir?
This I do not believe. Hastings!
Mr. Poirot, how many eggs have you got to take?
Excuse me! It is an outrage, Hastings. Do you accuse Poirot for the publicity of this play?
Absolutely. It's beginning.
Inspector Drake should be here pretty soon.
Oh, I'm awful. Inspector Drake really come here. I've read so much about him in the newspapers.
Oh, yes. Inspector Drake and I have worked together quite a lot recently.
Good luck, my dear.
And you're only a local sergeant. Oh, here's Inspector Drake coming round. Shh, shh. Good evening, sir. My lady will be here presently.
Good. I must speak to her at once.
My dear Inspector.
Forgive me, Lady Jane, but I don't think you should be wearing that.
The necklace. Why ever not?
Because the Phantom has sworn to have it. And the Phantom has never once failed.
I think it's about time we made an appearance at the party. Well, you're not going to wear the pearls?
I'm tired of being upstaged by them. Celestine.
Yes, Mrs. Opalson.
Is it safe just leaving them there?
Of course, Celestine won't leave the room.
More champagne?
No, thank you.
I don't see why you don't wear the pearls. It's good publicity.
That's all you ever think about. Now you heard what I said, didn't you, Celestine?
Yes, Mum.
I'll have your supper sent up to you. There.
Come on, then. Time to play host and hostess.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy the party, sir.
Thank you. Oh, pardon. You will forgive me?
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
Not at all.
I'll be waiting for you here, sir.
Thank you.
Who is it?
Maid, Mum. Got your supper for you.
One moment. That's very kind of you.
All part of the service? Do you want me to carry it in?
Yes, put it over there.
All on your own, are you?
Yes.
It's a shame. All the rest of them at the party. Tell you what, I'll sit with you if you like.
Thank you.
My name's Grace. Grace Wilson. So, how do you like the Grand Metropolitan?
Let us say it was an evening I shall not easily forget.
Ah, Mr. Poirot!
Excuse me.
I'm delighted you could make it.
Monsieur, Madame, Monsieur Opperson. At the theatre this evening, there were some journalists awaiting me. This was not, I think, a coincidence.
No, but a man in my position needs all the publicity he can get.
I bet you guessed who'd stolen the pearls by the second interval, Monsieur Poirot.
Not at all, Madame. It was a question that ceased to occupy my mind long before the first. Excuse me.
They're not really that bad.
Oh, you should try this job. I could tell you a thing or two.
Have you worked here long?
Not here, no.
Mr. Poirot. Hubert Devine. I played the detective Drake.
Ah, yes, of course. I found your performance most engaging.
It's a jolly good play.
Yes, I think it's going to be a success. And just as well. Dear Ed needs a winner. No, 3 disasters last season. He only had 1 success, and that was a revival. Oh, yes. If Pearls doesn't run, I'd say he's finished.
I do like these telegrams. They're really nice. They always send them.
Need some scissors.
I can get you some if you like.
No, it's all right. I've got some somewhere. I hate sewing.
Did you enjoy yourself, sir?
Yes, thank you, Saunders. But now you know the fatigue.
Well, it is after midnight.
Yes, indeed, Hastings. Thank you.
We're back, Celestine. Everything all right?
Yes, ma'am. Everything's fine.
What a dreary party.
Well, you weren't exactly glittering yourself, my dear.
And you drank too much.
Why not? I paid for it.
Celestine, my jewelry box.
Yes, ma'am.
That damned writer, Andrew Hall, he didn't even bother to show up.
I saw him leave the theatre. He was avoiding you.
You inferring something?
No. Here's the key. Are you still drinking?
Yes, do you want one?
Sir? Mrs. Opalson?
What is it?
The necklace. I don't understand it. It's not here.
What do you mean it's not there? It's got to be.
Out of the way, let me look. For heaven's sake, call the police. Someone has stolen my pearls.
I take it, Monsieur Opalson, that you have summoned the police?
Yes, of course. They're sending someone down from London, but that's not good enough. I want you, Mr. Poirot. I beg of you, I've got to get them back.
And these pearls, they were without doubt insured?
Well, yes, but that's not the point. The play, Mr. Poirot. All the publicity about the pearls. If they aren't returned, I'll be a laughingstock. We have an American tour. How can we do pearls before swine with no pearls?
Poirot?
Excuse me. Mon cher Hastings.
The doctor.
Comment?
I just think you ought to remember why you're here.
Yes, that is true. But Hastings... Monsieur Opalson, I regret that Poirot cannot help you in this matter.
What?
I am here on vacances.
Ah, morning, Poirot. Bonjour, Chief Inspector Japp. Very sweet, please.
I took the necklace off before the party and put it in my jewelry box. And then I put the box in the drawer.
Was the drawer locked?
No, it wasn't. Celestine was here, so I felt there was no need.
How many keys are there to this box, Mrs. Opalson?
Only one. And I keep it with me all the time.
You're sure of that? It doesn't seem to have been forced.
Of course I'm sure. There's only ever been one key.
I'm going to offer a reward, Chief Inspector, a big one. You think that'll help?
It may, sir. So what were you doing when all this was going on?
I was doing the sewing, sir. I only went into the side room. The first time for scissors and later for thread.
Oh, cheer up, Poirot. It is for the best.
I have no doubt, Hastings.
Well, you're here for a rest. If you're going to get involved in another case, you might just as well have stayed in London.
That is true.
I don't know why you can't just sit back and enjoy the sea air.
I know you.
No, Hastings, it is no use. Not to take this case is for Poirot more hard work than to take it.
Saunders, get the car started. I'm in a hurry.
Monsieur Hall.
What? Oh, Mr. Poirot, I'm afraid I can't stop.
You've heard that about the pearls?
Yes. What was it about life imitating art? It serves Ed right. Anyway, it's not my problem.
Monsieur Hall, I noticed that you were not at the party last night.
Well, I wasn't in a party mood.
May I ask where you were?
I went for a walk. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really will be late. Thank you, Saunders.
I only stayed with her because I felt sorry for her.
So you were alone in the room with the necklace?
Yeah, for about 2 seconds. Didn't even know it was there. You cheek.
Chief Inspector?
Oh, hello, Poirot.
Excuse us, mademoiselle.
Thought you were sitting this one out.
Well,
No. So, how goes the investigation?
Pretty routine.
Have you got any more questions? I've got a ton of work.
Oh, no, that's all right, Miss Wilson. That's all for now. Grace Wilson. Been with the hotel a couple of months. Barmaid before that. Dog and Duck in Holborn. She took that girl Celestine her supper. First one, please.
So tell me, Chief Inspector, what is it that you have so far found out?
Grace Wilson or Celestine. The hotel maid or the lady's maid. Seems to me it's got to be one of them.
A necklace in a box within a chest, Chief Inspector, and only one key. It is as a magical trick. The necklace? It was in this drawer?
That's right.
And this door?
Well, that leads to the maid's room. That's where Celestine went to get the scissors and thread.
Leaving Grace alone in the room.
Tell me, Hastings, how long do you think it would have taken Mademoiselle Celestine to retrieve the scissors from that room?
Oh, I don't know. 20 seconds?
20 seconds. And for how much of that time would she have been out of this room?
4 or 5 seconds at the most.
Exactement. And for Mademoiselle Grace Wilson to open this drawer, remove the box, somehow to unlock it, open the box, take out the necklace, close the box, and return it?
Well, she couldn't possibly have had time.
I do not think so.
Right. Excuse me.
Where are you going, Chief Inspector?
I think it's about time I had Miss Celestine searched.
Can't imagine why they didn't lock it.
This drawer runs easily, Hastings. But not this one. C'est intéressant. I wonder.
Well, that must interconnect with the room next door.
It is bolted. Bolted on both sides. But Hastings, we know who it is who occupies this room.
Room 113?
Oui. His name, I think, was Mr. Worthing.
That's right, sir. He was an American gent. He only stayed the night. Left this morning.
You saw him depart?
Oh, no, sir. Carried his own luggage. Must have left at the crack of dawn.
You did not by chance see him yesterday evening?
No, sir. I can tell you who I did see, though, sir. Well, it was just as I was leaving. Well, I don't want to talk out of turn, sir, but, well, if there's a reward and all that, well...
Please to continue.
Yeah. Well, that writer, Mr. Hall, he was hanging around outside the hotel. Must have been about 11 o'clock.
Outside?
Yes, sir.
Would he have been near to the window of Monsieur and Madame O'Cresson?
Oh, yes, sir. Right under it.
Thank you.
Oh, now here's something that shouldn't be here.
It's a duplicate key to the jewel box. We found it hidden in the hem of Celestine's petticoat.
Sounds pretty conclusive. But what about the necklace?
No sign of that yet. But, if you say her boyfriend was seen outside the hotel last night...
Monsieur Hall? He was here, yes?
Yes, well, that explains it, doesn't it?
Explains what?
How she got the necklace out of the hotel. She couldn't leave the room, so she simply dropped it out of the window and he was there to catch it.
You have arrested Mademoiselle Celestine?
Yes, and the sooner we find Andrew Hall, the better. Ah, Mr. Saunders, we want a word with you.
I hear you've already solved the case, sir.
Never mind about that. Have you seen Mr. Hall?
Mr. Hall, sir. I drove him to the racecourse. Is he in some sort of trouble, sir?
He could be in a lot of trouble. Why do you ask?
Well, he did seem a little anxious.
I'm not surprised. Have you any idea where we might find him?
Well, he always places his bets with the same man, Harry Wax.
Harry Wax?
He's a bookie, sir.
Just the sort of place I'd expect him to go.
What do you mean, Chief Inspector?
A racecourse. This is where you'll find every criminal element, Poirot. And what better place to do this kind of business than in the middle of a crowd? Hurry up, we're not too late. We've got all the entrances covered?
Yes, sir.
Right, you lot come with me and keep your eyes out for a bookie called Harry Wax.
Right, come on, lads.
Hastings, this is wrong. To Poirot, it makes no sense.
45, 50, 55, 60.
Six to four this favourite and 4 to 1 bar one. Take 6 to 4. Take 6 to 4 this favourite.
Orders now. Straight into and Shadowman and Penny Black in a spot of trouble at the back. The pace quickening now as they come down the long straight.
You Harry Wax? Yeah. See a tall blonde-haired chap we were making about this morning?
And it's Hudson out ahead, and on the inside, Redstone and Sedandon neck and neck. And as they're coming into the Magic Star, the Redstone...
There's Mr. Worthing, I could have sworn it.
Redstone making a challenge now to Redstone. There he is! As they come into the final
something there. Right, get him in the car.
All right, in the car, come on.
I'm afraid we got to him just too late. But we found this and this.
The pearls?
No, just the pouch they were kept in. Empty.
So what's happened to the pearls?
You've got it all wrong, Chief Inspector.
Ah, so I suppose you won this lot on a horse, did you?
Yes. Laughing Boy came in at 7 to 1.
Then why did you try and run for it when you saw me?
I owe money. I've had a bad run and fell in with some pretty bad company. Well, you saw what they were like. Outside the theatre.
Yes.
I didn't know who you were, so...
How do you explain this?
I can't. I've never seen it before.
It was in your pocket.
Then somebody must have put it there.
Chief Inspector. Monsieur Hall, why did you not go to the party of Monsieur Opperson?
I've told you. I went for a walk.
And your walk took you back to the Grand Metropolitan Hotel?
Yes. I wanted to see Celestine. I just needed to be with her, but then when I saw she wasn't alone, I went to bed.
Mr. Poirot, you've got to believe me. I'd never seen that key before. Someone must have hidden it there.
No, my petite. Tell me, about Monsieur Hall, you know of his gambling?
Yes. I've tried to stop him, but it's no good. It's like a disease.
And you are aware, mademoiselle, that for the return of these pearls, Monsieur Opperson is offering a reward most substantial?
Yes. But I didn't take them, Mr. Poirot, I swear to you.
But nobody else came into the room while you were there?
No. Only the hotel maid.
Tell me, Mademoiselle Celestine, Monsieur Hall, how did you first meet?
It was at the theatre. One of Mr. Opalson's productions. On Oscar Wilde.
Lady Windermere's fan?
No. It was the importance of being earnest.
Of course. Hastings, I must contact the good Miss Lemon in London.
What for?
This case, Hastings, I begin to see the light.
I don't understand.
You heard what the young lady said?
Oscar Wilde?
Exactement. Hastings, there is work to be done.
Good shooting, Chief Inspector.
I used to go out on Isleworth marshes when I was a boy. Some things you never forget.
Well, I must say, it's nice to have an evening off.
What's Poirot up to then?
Thinking.
Oh.
This was meant to be a rest, you know. Heaven knows what Miss Lemon's going to say when she arrives.
Hello, sir. Evening, Chief Inspector.
Hi, Miss Wilson.
It's nice to see the police is human too. That for your little boy?
Yes.
I'm glad I ran into you. There's something I was wanting to tell you.
Oh, yes? What's that?
Well, it may not mean nothing, but it's that writer.
What about him?
Well, I saw him in Mr. Opalson's room. Day before that necklace got swiped. He was there when I did the cleaning. Said he was looking for something, but I don't know. Anyway.
The day before?
Mr. Poirot?
Miss Lemon, allow me to take your case.
Thank you.
Good morning, Miss Lemon.
I thought this was meant to be a holiday, Captain Hastings. I'll talk to you later.
Poirot?
What are you up to, Poirot? Chief Inspector, you must make an immediate arrest.
I've already made an arrest, thank you very much.
Chief Inspector, what if this case was not just a question of theft, but of fraud? And what also if the pearls of the Tsar did not exist?
Where's Mr. Olson? Can we have a statement, please? Make a statement, Chief Inspector.
Mr. Opalson? Have you got anything to say, Mr. Opalson?
How dare you! But, Monsieur Opalson, a man in your position needs all the publicity he can get.
Mr. Opalson, could you tell us what's going on, sir?
Following our investigations, we discovered that the necklace that was stolen was a fake. There never were any real pearls.
You mean he did it for the insurance, Chief Inspector?
We are now investigating the possibility of an insurance fraud. That's all I can tell you for the present. Thank you.
One more question, sir. What made you think the pearls were fake?
Mr. Opalson,
quite a lot recently.
Oh, here's Inspector Drake coming now. Shh, shh. Good evening, sir. My lady will be here presently.
My dear Inspector.
Forgive me, Lady Jane, but I don't think you should be wearing that.
Necklace? Why ever not?
Because the Phantom has sworn he'll have it. And the Phantom has never once failed.
Why did you want to see the play again? Tomorrow the play travels to New York, mon ami.
Yes?
Miss Lemon has yet to see a performance.
I mean to have him.
Good night. What are we doing here, Poirot? The play is finished.
The play, it has finished, yes, Hastings. But there is still one more act.
I don't understand.
Ah, mon cher Hastings. The pearls so celebrated at the Tsar, where do you think a market could be found for them?
I don't know. Somewhere on the continent, I suppose.
No, Hastings. And that is what Miss Lemon discovered for me in London.
They're just too well known over here. No one had touched them.
In America, then?
Exactement. And with everyone searching for them, what would be the best way to smuggle them abroad?
Well, of course, in among the scenery and props for the play.
Where?
You mean they're here somewhere?
Where?
Well, where? And who put them here?
This case, it has been most curious, n'est-ce pas, Chief Inspector? From the start, there were only two people who could possibly have stolen those pearls of Monsieur Opalson. Mademoiselle Celestine or Mademoiselle Grace Wilson, the hotel maid.
Well, it must have been Celestine. She had the key. It was sewn into her petticoat.
It has always puzzled me, that, Hastings. Why keep the key? It was so needless, so clumsy.
Are you saying it was planted?
Yes, of course.
Well, if it wasn't Celestine, it must have been Grace. But we know that she didn't have time to take the pearls. You said so yourself.
It is a riddle, is it not, Hastings?
So which of them was it?
Let us imagine. Mademoiselle Grace Wilson is in the room of Monsieur Robertson. She is there only to be friendly.
Excuse me.
I can get you some if you like.
No, it's all right.
The moment that Mademoiselle Celestine leaves the room to retrieve the scissors, as quick as a flash she acts. She was able to execute the theft of the pearls in an instant, because she did not need to unlock the box herself. She had in the adjoining room an accomplice with a duplicate key, and it was he who removed the pouch and the pearls.
Mr. Worthing.
Exactement, Hastings. And when Mademoiselle Celestine leaves the room for the second time, this time for some thread, the box it is returned in exactly the same manner. Only now, the necklace, it has gone.
And I suppose it was this mysterious Mr. Worthing who hid the key in Celestine's petticoat.
He or his accomplice, Chief Inspector, yes. But it was definitely Mr. Worthing who placed it in the pocket of Monsieur Hall, the pouch which was empty.
That's right. I saw him at the racecourse. It was Mr. Worthing. I could have sworn. But who is he? Who is this Mr. Worthing?
Mr. Poirot.
Shh. Wait there.
It is a pleasure to meet you at last, Mr. Worthing.
Saunders?
Let go! Get off me! I've done nothing wrong! Let go of me! Oh, God. You bloody fool. I told you we shouldn't ought to have come.
But I think it is too late for that, Madame Saunders.
Madam? What, you mean they're married?
Yes, of course, Chief Inspector. It was that Miss Lemon discovered for me at the Dog and the Duck in Holborn.
Grace Saunders. The landlord remembered her well.
But why the disguise?
Ah, Hastings. How else could Monsieur Saunders reserve for himself a room next door to Monsieur Operson? He had to assume a new identity.
How could you possibly know?
As ever, Monsieur, it was the little details, the matters of no consequence that caught the attention of Poirot. You will recall, Hastings, on the night of the theft, that I remarked on some white powder on the sleeve of Monsieur Saunders? Oh, pardon. You will forgive me?
I thought it was talcum powder.
Thank you very much, sir.
Not at all. No, Hastings, it was not the talcum powder. It was the French chalk, which cabinet makers use to let the drawers made of wood run more smoothly, and with which Monsieur Worthing prepared beforehand the drawer containing the pearls. But I was suspicious of Mr. Worthing long before this.
Your key, Mr. Worthing?
When Hastings and myself, we first came to the Grand Metropolitan Hotel, there was a man at the desk. He was elderly. He must walk with a stick.
Thank you.
But when he goes to his room, which is on the first floor, He proceeds not to the lift that he's waiting, no,
I'll have your bag
but
sent
to
up.
the staircase. It was a performance, monsieur, but a performance that to Poirot did not ring true.
Damn you.
That's enough of that. Take him away.
One thing, Poirot. I know you were waiting for them. Why did you think they'd come here?
They came here, Hastings, to retrieve the necklace.
I see. Where is the necklace?
The necklace, Hastings? It is, I think... Voila.
Damn, Poirot. You mean that bloody little man set me up?
It's your own fault. You tried to use him.
But, Margaret, what about the pearls?
Don't worry. That bloody little man got them back.
So you made up the story about the fake pearls to smoke out the thieves?
So, now you learn the plot of your next play, Monsieur Hall. Yes. I told to them that the necklace, it was false because I knew that they would then have to examine it.
We're all packed, Mr. Poirot.
Thank you, Miss Lemon.
The reward, Mr. Poirot. It should be yours. Why have you given it to me?
Because, mademoiselle, it was you who told to me the title of the play, The Importance of Being Earnest. And there is in that play a character that is very well known, who is called...
Jack Worthing.
C'est ça. And it was then that I saw the light. So the reward, I think, must be for you. Miss Lemon? Hastings?
Much for your holiday, Mr. Poirot?
But, Miss Lemon, I feel completely refreshed.
Even so, this wasn't what the doctor ordered.
Daily Echo! Daily Echo!
You are Lucky Len of the Daily Echo, and I claim my 10 guineas.
You're right. I was Lucky Len, and I'm sorry I got fired this morning.
Fired? Why?
Too many people were recognizing me. The papers decided it must be my face. It's too common.
Common?
That's what they say. Bit of a cheek, if you ask me, but there you are.
They are wrong, mon ami. You have a face that is most distinguished. You have no need to work for this newspaper. You have a face of a great man.
You think so?
Oh, yes. I know it.